Okay, day 522 off the grid, and yeah, it's another big Mavtech day today. Been here since about 2:45. Recorded and broadcast metal show Zan's World. Doggo shift's about to start very soon at midnight. Hopefully we'll be home by then, but only just, or maybe not quite. So part of the big mission today was setting up an emergency play-out system in case this computer here craps out and I can't get to it to fix it up or whatever, and someone else can come in and just push a button and hopefully make things all right. And this is the button here. If you push this button here, it'll switch over to the emergency play-out device, which is in fact this ancient Mp3 player here, a TAC. It's got a hard drive in it, an actual hard drive, sort of like first generation iPod sort of era. And it really should be in the museum itself, really, you know. Yeah, we did use it to play our drum tracks from on the Pagan Gathering in 2015, but it kind of skipped a wee bit on some of the drums and we didn't like it, but hasn't seemed to skip today since I've been testing it. So that's all good. Wasn't easy getting it adapted to the system because all this stuff here runs at 600 ohm line level, so I had to do a few things, like goes from the Mp3 player through this 600 ohm transformer, and then I needed something to work as a line driver amp, and this is it here. It's actually a crazy unit. Let's see if we can film it from the other side. It's actually what's called a quadraphonic adapter. So it's actually, you hook it up to your stereo and, well, in the 70s or whatever, you know, and it basically has got two extra channels of speaker amplification in it, and so that gives you your extra quadraphonic rear channels, and then it just passes through to your main amp for the other two main front channels. And it's got this crazy joystick here, which is like a 4-channel balance control. It's quite nutty, really. But I'm just actually using it as a volume control to set the output level because I'm only using one channel. I'm running it in mono, but it's basically taking the signal from the Mp3 player and boosting it up so we can throw it into a transformer and get our line level, which is quite a high level signal. Of course, this is capable of more than we need, but other things I've had here and tried couldn't do so much, so that's part of the reason why it's taken so long. There's the speaker output, there's the transformer, it goes from 20 ohms to 600 ohms, and then that bungs into our switcher here. So yeah, big day, you know. I wasn't expecting it to be that complicated. There's still a little bit of hum that I didn't quite get rid of, but it's not too bad. You can tolerate it. It's only an emergency thing. I'm going to make up this thing into a more sort of permanent device that automatically kicks in, but when I do that, it'll probably be up by the transmitter and not in the studio at all, because then it can cover any kind of failure in the signal path. All this can really protect against at the moment is a failure of the playout computer. You know, if any sort of signal path devices in the chain fail, well, it's not going to help. And nothing will help, of course, if the transmitter goes off here, but, you know, can't guard against everything. But the most common outage at Radio Foxen is when this computer specs out, which happens, I don't know if it happens once a month, but maybe nearly that, once every 6 weeks guaranteed. So this is good insurance against that. It just means someone that's close by that doesn't really know the ins and outs of all this stuff can just come and fix it before I get here. After a fashion, of course. The programs come at random on this thing. It's mixed up with some of my programs, some of Guy's shows, and just random music, 70s and 80s. So yeah, that's it. Day 522. Vikey's been here with me all day. He's had a good day on the computer because been watching the power at home because of the bad weather that's come back again. So it's been good, having a blast, haven't we? Yeah. Oh, and big electric heater, nice and warm too. Yeah, Mum will be most envious of that. Anyway, we better get home to Mum and. Yep, and so I'll cut this off, and that's day 522 off the grid.
Off the grid.